Darling, they said a dream is just a dream, but promise me you won't forget to dream me up where we're supposed to be. The world's gone dark, but I want you to be light. Let's go to the stars and you'll find me dreaming a little bit bigger willingly. Still afraid but daring to be all I wanted to be. Let's sit on the moon and tell them we'll be back soon with the...
Hi guys, and welcome back to the Naked Naturopath YouTube channel. My name is Josefin and I am a second year naturopathy student, and yeah, basically I talk about all things holistic health, so things that I learned along the way of becoming a qualified naturopath. So if you're into that, please subscribe and let's be friends. So today I thought I'd make a video on flower essences because no one really talks about flower essences and I think they're pretty cool. So yeah, we're doing that. I'm at the botanical gardens making a fool of myself in front of a lot of strangers, so you know, that's all good. But yeah, I thought I'd talk about flower essences. I thought I'd bring you here because, you know, all the flowers around. And yeah, let's get into it. So flower essences, yeah, like I said, basically they're not really talked about that much, and most people don't really know what they are, and I used to be those people. That was me. So yeah, 9 times out of 10 you can actually find flower essences at your local chemist. So I don't know if you've ever heard of Rescue Remedy. That is a very famous flower essence formulation and most people just don't even know what it is, but a lot of people use it for, say, anxiety and stress and panic attacks and that sort of thing. So flowers have actually been used, apart from being really pretty, but they've also been used for thousands of years among indigenous communities to heal emotional imbalances and also physical ailments. And it wasn't really until 1935, I'm reading from my computer here, when Dr. Edward Bach, I never know how to say that, is it Bach? Don't know. He discovered the flower essence formula and introduced the use of flower essences in Western herbal medicine. So yeah, Edward Bach basically found that by supporting the emotions and the spiritual aspects of a person, basically their emotional upsets and bodily stresses would naturally dissipate without the need of symptomatic relief. So he believed strongly in the power of emotions and also the power of emotion to create blockages within the body and sometimes also manifest into disease. So say if you're holding on to anger or you're holding on to sadness or something like that, that can manifest into disease. We're having a little picnic here as well. I bought my blueberries. And I have some other stuff too, so I'm probably going to be snacking throughout this video. Okay, so what are flower essences? What does that even mean? Because when I first heard about flower essences, I was like, what the hell even is that? Essence of a flower? It's not even the flower. So yeah, it's basically a form of energetic medicine which brings balance to the emotional aspects of a person. And when I kind of heard this for the first time, I thought it was all very woo-woo and I didn't understand it at all. But now that I've gotten a little bit further in my degree and have a little bit more respect, I guess, for energetic medicine, it makes sense. And I'm gonna just hang in with me, okay? I'm gonna convince you too. On the quantum level, physicists have now discovered that most or all solid matter, including your own body, is made of almost 100%, 99.9999999% of empty space. Just let that sink in. So if there's just empty space and we're made, ooh, that was a fly. If we're just made of empty space, what is left? Well, vibrational frequency. So we are made more of, say, vibrational frequency than we are of solid matter on the quantum level. So this means that your body on a quantum level works on subtle vibrations. So emotions also operate on this level, and that's how flower essences basically work. They work on, say, I guess the quantum level, you could say, because they work on a vibrational frequency. That's why they are so effective, because they work on the same frequency as, say, your emotions, and it doesn't take much for them to basically balance it out and harmonize, say, the frequency of the emotion that you're experiencing. So how are flower essences made? Now, this is going to sound very strange, and it sounded very strange to me when I first heard it as well. But basically, flowers are picked at certain times of days depending on the flower. They're picked and they are placed into a bowl of spring water. It has to be spring water, has to be clean water. And they are placed under the sun and left there for, say, 3 hours. So it's a solar infusion of the flowers, which basically uses the sun's energy to imprint the vibrational pattern of the flower into the water. So yeah. So this infusion of the flower with the sun is basically called the mother essence, and this mother essence is then to be used. It's preserved with brandy, and then it's put into a stock bottle like this. So I use this one, and this is the Australian bush flower essences. We have a lot of Australian flowers that we use in these sorts of medicines as flower essences, and this one's for concentration, so I use this during exam time and it's amazing. And yeah, you just basically, with this, it's got a little dropper in it, and you put it under the tongue and put 7 when you wake up and 7 drops when you go to sleep. And that's basically when your body is the most responsive, say, to a flower essence, because you're just calmer. So yeah, the reason why flowers are chosen are also based on the doctrine of signatures. So if you've probably heard of the doctrine of signatures before, it's basically like cures like. So yeah, take walnuts for example. They look like a brain, and they're good for your brain because I guess nutritional science has now proven that they're high in things like omega-3 and vitamin E. So yeah, what else is there? Eyebright as well is another, it's a herb we use in Western herbal medicine. Basically that's good for the eyes, and I'll insert a little photo somewhere, and it looks like an eyeball, so that's pretty cool. So the same goes for flower essences. Basically the number of petals, the way that it grows, the position that it grows in, the colour of the petals, say, is chosen in terms of what emotional state it'll be used for. So say if you have a red flower, usually that'll be used either for, like, say, the heart, the first chakra, so it'll be according to chakras, or it can be according to the energy of that particular colour. So say red could be the first chakra, so the root chakra, but it could also be for things like anger. This is getting increasingly uncomfortable because I'm sitting on a hill but you can't see, and I'm just like, it's a lot. But anyway, yeah, also flower essences are used based on their positioning of the flower. So say something like borage blossom, that's another flower we use, and I'll insert a photo somewhere. That is used for depression because the flower it looks a bit sad. It's facing down, and yeah, that one's used for depression. And another thing is, which I find really cool, is that the feel of the flower can also indicate its use. So a sticky flower, say, can get you out of a sticky situation. And what one is that? So honeysuckle is one which is used for that as well. So yeah. So yeah, basically that's what Rescue Remedy is, and I bet you never thought that it was something like that, because I sure didn't. And the fact that it's even sold in chemists is crazy, you know? It's like a very woo-woo thing to sell in a chemist, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people who use Rescue Remedy and don't really know what it is, but it's basically a formula of 5, I think, flower essences. that are used for emergency situations. So when you're feeling really high stress or you can't sleep, insomnia, that sort of thing. It works so well for that. They come in pastilles, I think, as well, and little droppers. I'm not sponsored. It really sounds like I am, but I wish I was. So yeah, I guess, it's given me a lot more respect for the energetic body, learning about flower essences and using them myself as well. And coming from a conventional background, I guess, it just sounded very out there and I didn't understand it at all, but it's become actually one of my favourite forms of therapy or healing for myself anyway at the moment. And yeah, I think you guys should try it out. There's always, there's a lot of these. If you are in Australia, there's the Australian bushflower essences. They make really nice formulas for you so you don't have to think about it. And it'll be based on a particular thing. So I think I've seen, so there's Cognis, I think there's ones for women, so like PMS. I think there's also Calm and Clear, so I just calm. And what else is there? Like even creativity, they've got one for creativity. Any sort of emotional state, they've got something for, and these little formulas are awesome because it really leaves the guesswork out of it and you don't have to know that much about flower essences to use it. So that is it, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it made sense and all of those things, and it was worth me making a bloody fool of myself in a public place. And yeah, until next time, guys, see you later. So also I forgot, if you could like this video and subscribe to my channel, that'd be really nice, that'd be really cool, because that lets me know that you like these videos and you want to see more, because I really like making them. And yeah, I hope you have a good day and try out some flower essences.
Give you something to believe